Commander Zekthara of the Hegemony's Third Fleet adjusted his secondary breathing apparatus as he reviewed the tactical display. The blue-green hologram showed 17 human vessels arranged in what appeared to be a chaotic formation around the mining station of Kepler 442b. To his trained eye, it looked like amateur hour. "Sir," his tactical officer, Jordan, clicked his mandibles in what passed for confusion among the Zekhi. "The humans are requesting another diplomatic conference." Zekthara's four eyes narrowed in disdain. "Again? This makes the 7th request in 2 rotations. These creatures are insufferably emotional. No wonder they're barely past their home system." The hegemony had been expanding into human space for 3 standard years now, claiming system after system with methodical precision. The humans, with their primitive technology and laughably emotional responses, had proven to be little more than a minor inconvenience. They cried when their colonies were absorbed. They raged when their ships were destroyed. They pleaded when their diplomatic envoys were dismissed. "Shall I ignore the transmission, Commander?" Jordan asked. "No." Zekthara settled back into his command throne, his chitinous frame clicking against the metal. "Patch it through. Let's see what new emotional outbursts they have for us today." The main screen flickered, revealing a human woman in a simple blue uniform. Her name was Admiral Sarah Chen. According to intelligence reports, she had been leading their pathetic resistance efforts for months now. "Commander Zekthara," she began, her voice steady despite the tears visible in her eyes. "I'm requesting one final negotiation, please." There it was again, that emotional instability that made humans so inferior. Zekthara clicked his approval to his bridge crew, who responded with the chittering equivalent of laughter. "Admiral Chen," he replied, his translator rendering his clicks and buzzes into human speech, "you persist in this emotional display. Your species' inability to control your feelings has made you weak. We have taken 14 of your colonies. Your fleet is outnumbered 3-1. What could you possibly have to negotiate?" Chen wiped her eyes, and Zekthara noticed something strange. Her tears weren't just of sadness, there was something else there. Something that made his combat instincts twitch. "I want to tell you a story, Commander," she said softly, "about why we humans are the way we are. I have no interest in the mining station you're surrounding," Chen continued. "It was established by my grandfather, Liu Chen, 60 years ago. He was a refugee from Earth's resource wars. Lost his wife, his children, everyone. Came out here with nothing but grief and a mining laser." Zekthara's tactical display showed the human ships maintaining their positions. Whatever this emotional rambling was leading to, they weren't moving to attack. Typical human inefficiency. "He worked alone for 30 years, Chen went on, her voice growing stronger. "Built that station bolt by bolt, mourning his family every single day. When the first colonists arrived, you know what he did? He cried for 3 days straight because he was no longer alone." "Your point, Admiral." Zekthara's patience was wearing thin. "My point is that you think our emotions make us weak, but you've never understood what they really are." Chen's expression shifted, and for the first time Zekthara saw something that made his species' ancient prey instincts shiver. "Our emotions aren't weaknesses, Commander. They're weapons you've never learned to defend against." The tactical display suddenly shifted. The chaotic human formation wasn't chaotic at all, it was a pattern. The 17 ships weren't randomly positioned. They were arranged like a human family gathering, each vessel representing someone lost, someone remembered, someone loved. "You want to know why we keep asking for negotiations?" Chen asked, and now her voice carried something that made Zekthara's crew shift nervously. "It's not because we're weak. It's because we wanted you to understand what you were taking from us. Every colony you've absorbed, every ship you've destroyed, those weren't just strategic losses. They were homes, families, dreams." Chen leaned forward, and her tears had stopped entirely. "But you never cared to understand. You dismissed our pain, our love, our hope as emotional weakness. So now, Commander, we're going to show you what human emotions can really do when they're weaponized." Zekthara's tactical officer suddenly straightened. "Sir, energy readings from the human vessels, they're not charging weapons. I don't understand the readings." "What you're seeing," Chen explained, "is the result of 60 years of human emotional investment in this system. Every ship out there is crewed by families who've lived here for generations. People who know every asteroid, every solar wind pattern, every gravitational anomaly. The display showed the human ships beginning to move, not in attack formation, but in something far more complex. They wove between asteroids like they were dancing, using microgravitational fields and solar wind patterns that Zekthera's computers couldn't even detect. We've been fighting you with logic, Commander, trying to beat you at your own game. But humans don't win through logic alone. Chen's smile was sharp now, predatory in a way that made Zekthera's species' evolutionary memories scream warnings. We win through emotional intelligence, through bonds you can't quantify, through connections your tactical computers can't process. The human ships had disappeared from sensors entirely, not through any cloaking technology, but by using their intimate knowledge of local space conditions that only decades of emotional attachment could provide. You called us too emotional, Chen said as alarms began blaring on Zekthara's bridge. You were right. We are emotional. We love, we grieve, we hope, we rage. And right now, Commander, we're feeling something you've never experienced. What? Zekthara demanded, his calm facade cracking as his massive fleet found itself outmaneuvered by a handful of human vessels. Unity, Chen replied simply. Every human in this system is connected by bonds of family, friendship, shared loss, and collective hope. We don't need quantum communications or neural networks. Our emotions are our network. Our love is our strength. Our pain is our motivation. The hegemony fleet, designed for logical tactical engagement, found itself unable to track enemies who moved not by computer calculation, but by intuitive understanding, born of generational emotional investment. We're not going to destroy your ships, Commander, Chen said as Zekthara watched his supposedly superior fleet being systematically disabled by humans who fought like the space around them was part of their very souls. We're going to do something worse. We're going to make you feel what we feel. As the last of his weapon systems went offline, Zekthara experienced something entirely foreign to his species. The crushing weight of emotional defeat, the first crack in the armor of hegemony supremacy. Chen's final words echoed in his mind as his fleet retreated. Next time you dismiss someone's emotions, remember, they might just be the most powerful force in the universe.